we came back home to express our dissatisfaction being a members of this great party from the scratch, and where our motto is justice. If justice is lost anywhere, we can find justice here. Mr. Chairman, we have undergone so many kind of engagements when it comes to this level, but what happened today, I can call it, I have never experienced it before. And fortunately for me, I started this responsibility very early. As a secretary, I represent my chairman to meet him since 1999, being him having a kind of deficiency in understanding what is going on here. And not even taking the national presiding officers in choosing who would be a minority leader, because we have been in minority for a very long time. They'll call us and tell us this is where we're heading to, and then we're not saying no, but at least for the sake of information, this is what has come to us as opposition, and then this is what we are doing. And when we intend to get marriage of understanding with Obasanjo, at then of having a coalition government, the then national chairman led Soros and Mahmoud Waziri, when he's vacating the seat, we're invited from the state. And we are informed that this is what's going on, and this is what the president has offered to us, being us a Nigerians. And our first place of call is Nigeria, not party, because Nigeria had been existed without APP, without PDP, and without AD, and Nigeria's continue. So now the president invited us to go and join his government, and we discussed at the working committee, so that's why we called you in the larger to inform you. And these are informed us, and then we okay, everybody was involved. So, Mr. Chairman, what happened these days, I've never heard of it before. Even during the so-called, they're looking at Obasanjo not a kind of a democrat, as a military man. It doesn't happen, you know it more than I do. So, Mr. Chairman, we came to present our letter to you and also tell this honorable house as a leaders that we are not satisfied with the arrangements, and what we're expecting from you people is to give us a fair play. At least, if nothing, to mention that particular item is zoned, and anybody in that particular zone can participate. Or, if you want to do justice and fairness as a party, to look at where do you have opportunities and where do you have your own people. Your own people is going to be tough, is in this area. And I have no apology to anyone. Your own people as a party who decide to maintain you as a party is from this where we came from. So, Mr. Chairman, we have been in this game and we understand it very well. And it's about the dialogue. We are saying that party supremacy, yes, and we are looking at, we won the election of 2023. So the next election is when? 2027. And depend on how we play the cards. Mr. Chairman, we know each and every success came from God. But God don't do things. There's one what you told me. When we were struggling to get some posts, I said, but let's go. God, he said, no, God don't do things like that. But maybe when you come to this, you tell them what you tell me, that God can do. Mr. Chairman, we from this axis, we strongly believe that we have done our best despite the whole challenges. Everyone has done his best, but we do more. I mentioned to some like minds that said, look, APC was empowered today by the grace of God. It's only God, Almighty God, decide that APC will remain in power. Not because of our policy as government, and not because we have reached to a level that we have done extremely well because of some certain problems that we met along our journey for 8 years, ranging from the secrets of the president, ranging from the economy issue, tabla, and so many things that lead us to perform as expected. And one another thing is people from this angle, this end, I mean total northern Nigeria, they believe Buhari is a mighty Messiah. That's why they came blindly and pick us without even any condition or they come to anything. Because they thought Buhari would say, when thing happen, you just say, do it, it will happen. That's their thought. But despite the fact that many things have happened along the line, they maintained the relationship, they maintained the love, and they have given excuses, more especially in 2015. They still come out and pick him and elect him as president. And as it was now, we know we have suffered so many challenges, but still, people shows a goodwill, and from that end, they did not disappoint their man, that is President Muhammadu Buhari, and others who are with him in the respective states. Our result shows that the president-elect got 63.4% from total northern Nigeria. Where he came from the south, he got 36.6%. Atiku from northern Nigeria, he got 68.8% of his total vote. And he got from southern Nigeria 33.2%. If there are any people who can say we own APC, we own the president-elect, is northern Nigeria. Without undermining any part of the country, they have given their best, and we can understand their situation. But justice needs to be done. Justice needs to be done. We all know the tabulation. We know what it is. And we shouldn't be blind. The power of anyone is not absolute. It's only power of God that is absolute. If you say the power, there be no throne that is permanent, but God's throne is the only one that is permanent. Because it's no beginning, it's no end. We all believe it in the Bible and the Quran and respectively. So therefore, we shouldn't look at these 4 years, it's going to be like 20 years. It's 4 years old, 1,000 some days. And then we are going back to next election. We are going back to next election. We should underline that we're elected and we're going to be looking for another election. So whatever decision you are going to take, you should take that. Don't say, I'm expecting any one of you. You have built a repute that I can look at the president and say, President, sir. No, I expect all of you to do that. I've been doing that before I became where I am. I stood down with my governor and tell him, Governor, no. Because I know that thing is good. As a secretary, I look at, you know, the power of governor of those days in 1999. It's not the power of this governor of today's. Governor of 1999, I can look at it and say, no, sir. Why? I said, no, sir. The other people, they say, I know. I said, no, sir. Because I see him, he's going to teach. So please, we're expecting you as a prince of the work with the president. You can look at his face and say, ah, sir, don't go there because there's X1. You can explain it. It's self-explanatory. There's no need, you didn't need rocket science to explain why you can depend this, what we're trying to do, is for the betterment of APC, for the betterment of the president. Idea came from that end. The other people also, they have their own reason that this thing, they need to be there for them. It's all about dialoguing and communicating to others and negotiation and come to the resolve that everyone will agree, instead of to go and have a rental house and have a smooth take-up, not to have to destabilize ourselves, to have past bad experiences. So, Mr. Chairman, I spoke for myself, and I believe other colleagues will spoke one by one, and we are expecting that you give us at least a fair play. Now, if you look at the calculation of what we have in the Senate, it's not imagined that you can play with. If net care is not taken, we play the way we want to go. We said, okay, assuming all of us say, no, okay, it's okay. And what was presented is not acceptable. And the opposition do the nomination, and they have their way. That's going to be another wahala for us. So, Mr. Chairman, we're not undermining what we're doing, but we're doing this for the sake of this party to grow, and we're doing for the best interest of the president. Because as where we are talking today, if we from this side take another decision, it's not be good for all of us. We become history. So we don't want that to happen. And only that if we do justice, that will protect that from happening. But we all take our pens today. I think today is 10th or 11th of this month. Take your pen and write it. Anything on the contrary, wallahi, the Northern Nigeria will take another decision against APC. And that will be bad. Thank you very much.